Hello everybody, I'm Q the Great and Powerful, and Happy New Year. 2014 looks like it's going to have a lot of good movies, so you may be asking yourself, which ones look really good? Well, a lot of them. So here are the movies that I'm looking forward to the most in 2014. Alright, first off, in January we have Jack Ryan's Shadow Recruit. The trailers for this already look pretty awesome. Looks like it's going to be a very solid action film, plus Chris Pine looks like he's going to be quite capable stepping into the shoes of Jack Ryan. Hopefully he'll be able to stand up to Alec Baldwin, Harrison Ford. We'll see. In February we have The Lego Movie. There are a couple things that intrigue me about this. First off, I'm a lifelong fan of Legos, so a movie that looks like it'll be the end-all be-all of Legos looks pretty cool. Also, being that it's from the same team as Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, the humor is bound to be pretty good, I'd say. And I'm also pretty intrigued by the stop-go animation that they look like they're using, rather than just the computer animation that a lot of cutscenes of LEGO video games have been using. It actually is going with somewhat of a dying art of stop-go animation, but it's refreshing to see. Also in February we have The Monuments Men. Now, this was originally supposed to be set to release in December, and if it had been, I'm pretty sure it would have been a major Oscar contender, what with its World War II setting and A-list cast, which includes George Clooney, Matt Damon, Cate Blanchett, and many others. I saw the trailer for it. It looks like it's going to have a very good mixture of drama, humor, and just overall historical intrigue. In March, we have The Grand Budapest Hotel. Man, do I love Wes Anderson's style. It's so quirky and unique and unusual, and I love it. And Grand Budapest Hotel, from the trailer, seems like it's going to follow up with that very well. It looks like it's going to be very funny and yet very dramatic at the same time. In April, we have Captain America: The Winter Soldier. The first Captain America movie was arguably one of my favorite Marvel movies, and this one also looks very intriguing. Granted, you're losing the period setting that I really liked about the first one, but seeing Captain America fighting in a modern-day New York with the agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. should still be pretty awesome. In May, we have Godzilla. Normally, I'm not a very big fan of the Destructo-Fest movies, which seem to be very common these days, and Godzilla seems like it would fit up very perfectly with that. But the trailer of this actually looks very good. Surprisingly, it looks much better than the Roland Emmerich 1998 version anyway. So I'm interested to see what they come to the table with this new Godzilla thing. Also in May, we have X-Men: Days of Future Past. This looks like it's going to be basically the ultimate X-Men movie. The end-all be-all, as I said before with Legos, of an already pretty thriving X-Men franchise. Looks like it's going to be really cool, combining both the casts of the older X-Men movies and X-Men First Class, both generations. So it looks like it's going to be pretty good. In June we have How to Train Your Dragon 2. Man, the first How to Train Your Dragon was awesome, and I've really been anticipating the sequel ever since then, and the trailers so far have been really cool. So, I'd like to see where they take the story, especially since DreamWorks has had a lot of really successful sequels recently, really solid. So hopefully this follows up with the tradition of that. In July we have Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. The first Rise of the Planet of the Apes was very good. It kind of took me by surprise, in fact, much better than I expected. So Dawn of the Planet of the Apes also seems like it'll be very good. I've seen the teaser trailer and it looks very good. And even though James Franco isn't in it anymore, they're replacing him with Gary Oldman. So, can't complain about that. In August we have Guardians of the Galaxy. Yes, the third Marvel movie on this list, but those guys are on a roll recently. Guardians of the Galaxy actually looks pretty interesting, mainly that I really don't know that much about it. It actually looks like it's sort of an off-brand Avengers sort of thing, but it still should be pretty good, especially since Marvel movies tend to be very good. In September we have Maze Runner. I never read the book of The Maze Runner, but it does sound pretty interesting, and I have a couple of friends who said that it's supposed to be really good. So seeing it on the big screen is going to be pretty interesting. In October we have In November we have Interstellar. This movie is actually coming out on my birthday and I'm really excited for it. 2 words mainly, Christopher Nolan. Christopher Nolan hasn't made a bad movie yet, and seeing Interstellar, which already sounds intriguing, should be pretty dang awesome. Also in November we have Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1. Following the fad of splitting books unnecessarily into different parts, we have Mockingjay. It was a very good book, perhaps not as good as the second book, nor do I expect this movie to be as good as the second movie, but Hunger Games is still a very good franchise, based off of a very good book franchise, and I'll probably watch it. In December we have The Hobbit, There and Back Again. Love Lord of the Rings, love The Hobbit. This one's probably going to be even better. I'm really excited to see this third part of The Hobbit to be adapted. Especially with the Battle of the Five Armies going to come up in it. And even more Smaug awesomeness and... yeah. Well, these are the movies I'm looking forward to in 2014. So what movies are you looking forward to, audience? Leave a comment seeing what movies you want to look to see. And so, Happy New Year, everyone.